Guys, how are you all doing? I hope you guys are doing amazing. As for me, I'm doing great, and I hope God is protecting each and every one of you. In case you're new here, my name is Harry Tanabo. I'm a content creator from Kampala, Uganda. Apparently, guess what? We're in the Pearl of Africa. We're in Uganda. And today, I'm so excited about today's topic. And guys, let me tell you, I think I've received like a lot of you guys who have been asking me, Harriet, can you please be a travel guide? So I think in today's topic, we are going to be answering a lot of your questions. I think I should let you guys know the things you need to know before traveling to Ethiopia, because a lot of you guys have commented, Harriet, please tell us, how is the transport system? How is, if in case I don't want to use the flight, can I use the bus? Yes, of course, I also used the bus when I was going to Ethiopia. And today I'm going to be answering all those questions. And again, if you're watching me and you haven't liked this video or you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? Kindly like the video and subscribe to the channel. Because I'm one of the best content creators and I know it. Okay. Anyways, let's dive into today's topic. Today I'm going to be talking about what you should know before traveling to Ethiopia. All right, me, I've been to Ethiopia once and I'm hoping to travel to Ethiopia very, very soon. I think actually by the time you'll be watching this video, I will already be in Ethiopia because they're actually celebrating Timkat. I missed Christmas, which they call Jena. But this time round, I cannot miss Timkat because it's also one of another festivals that they have there, or celebrations. So by the time you watch this video, I'll be in another country. But I said, why not also be a travel guide? First things first, you need a visa and entry requirements. So if I talk about the visa, if you're watching me from Uganda, you know that we are not visa free with Ethiopia. Me, when I was going to Ethiopia, I used the bus, and when I reached the border, I was told to pay for the visa. It's not that expensive, actually, and you need to pay for a visa, but I think you need to come with dollars because they allow dollars at the border. That is all I should tell you. I think even each and every country that you want to travel to, I think dollars really, really help you. So if you don't have a dollar account, I think you need to open it ASAP. Because in Ethiopia, they value dollars a lot. If you have dollars in Ethiopia, you're good to go. Even when I reached the border, they asked me, do you have dollars? Because they pay in dollars for the visa. And again, for those ones who are watching maybe from the diaspora, you need to inquire and see if you need an e-visa, electronic visa. You can search and see if your country needs a visa. But what I know with Kenyans, for them, they don't pay for the visa. I don't know about Tanzania, but except Uganda, we have to pay for a visa for you to enter Ethiopia. All right. The entry requirements, of course, you need a passport validity. You need a passport to enter Ethiopia because they need to stamp in your visa. All right. Yeah, the yellow fever card is important for Africans. Guys, they have to check for the yellow fever. I don't think you can go to Ethiopia without a yellow card, a valid one actually. The immigration process, if you're using the airport, I was using the bus at first, you still cannot pass through Bole airport without these requirements and the visa. That is if you need the visa. My immigration process was extremely smooth, and I thank each and everyone who worked on me. You guys were really, really kind. I'm telling you, my immigration was so smooth. They even actually never asked me like a lot of questions. They're just easy questions they ask you. All they need to know, do you know where you're going to? Things like that. Not so hard questions and all that. But the immigration process, it was really, really simple for me. Let me talk about money and payment. So for those ones who don't know, Ethiopia is not a colonized country. It resisted colonialism. If you watch my videos when I was in Ethiopia, by now you know that Ethiopia is not colonized and they have a different calendar. Okay, right now they are in 2018. They are in 2018. Yeah, in Ethiopia. So in Ethiopia, they use Ethiopian beer. They call it beer. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it well. That is, or you can call it ETB, Ethiopian beer. Okay. There, I think they have a limited card unit. Cash is king. If I say cash is king, they love cash even more than card. Like, okay, they can swipe, but they love cash more. You understand? Like, they're just like where I come from, like Uganda. Cash is king here in Uganda, where I come from. It's the same thing in Ethiopia. But I think if you're a traveler, dollars should come in handy for you. Like, you need to carry dollars with you. And actually, don't get me wrong, there are some limitations, but there are conditions when it comes to the number of USD you're going to carry, the USD notes you're going to carry. Yeah, let me talk about the internet, SIM card, and Wi-Fi. Guys, I hope this is helping you. Of course, if you're to enter Ethiopia and you want to operate well, you need a SIM card. That is so crucial. You need internet and Wi-Fi. I think that is another thing that I saw in Ethiopia. Ethiopia actually kind of reminded me of Kenya, because they also have Wi-Fi almost each and everywhere. Even where I was sleeping, there was Wi-Fi. But you still need internet. Like me, who is a content creator, I needed internet to upload my videos. All right, I needed a SIM card, and I think there are a lot of SIM cards there, but the one I would advise you guys to use if you want to go to Ethiopia, you should use Ethio. It is fast. It has speed internet. The internet is speedy. It is just good. Like, actually, they give you unlimited data. When you're getting a card or a SIM card, you need to tell those people who are operating for the service providers, you need to tell them to put for you unlimited data. Unlimited is going to stay there, I think, for a whole month for it to expire. You understand? Like, it is unlimited. So it really came in handy for me. So you need a SIM card, you need the Wi-Fi or the internet. Yeah, there's a SIM registration process that you go through. Of course, they will need like maybe an ID or a passport. You know, like me, they asked me for a passport to get for me my SIM card, and I was using Ethio. Even up to now, I still have my card, you know, of which I'm going to be using very soon. So guys, let me also talk about the language and communication. The main language there is Amharic. Okay, since Ethiopia was not colonized, it's an independent country. They don't speak English. English is not there, you understand, because it was not colonized. So you have to learn some Amharic. Like me, actually, I'm so glad I learned some words. Talk of salam, that is like greeting, salam no. Indinanesh is like greeting a lady. Indina is when you're greeting like a man. I learned like some few words from there. In Namaskana low, you know, that is like thank you. So like, I mean, if Ethiopia is a country that speaks Amharic, okay, so you're going to have maybe some of the language barriers, because don't get me wrong, not everyone speaks English, okay? Some of them do. Actually, even me finding some who know, I used to ask them, how did you know English? Like, because most of them I used to interact with, they used to speak with me in Amharic, all right? So you're going to be forced to know some words, like those easy words, like, you know, for you to communicate, like maybe if you want food, so, like even sign language I think can be used there, you know. English level in Ethiopia is not, you understand, like they speak more of Amharic. So you need to get some phrases. If you're a visitor, you need to get some phrases for you maybe sometimes to survive in some areas, you know. Yeah, let me talk about the transport and getting around. Ride-hailing apps versus taxis. I think in Ethiopia I saw a lot of apps. Actually, they are rides. They call them rides. For us, where I come from, we call them Ubers or Bolts. Even them, I think they have Bolt. Yeah, but they call them rides. So when you go to Ethiopia, you're supposed to download an app called Ride for you to maneuver around Ethiopia. Well, if you don't want to use the train, because there are also other transport systems. Talk of the train, the BRT, talk of the electric buses, they're also there. There are a lot of also taxis, or you can call them rides, okay? Yeah, but for them, they use rides more. They use Ubers, like, okay. Me, I call them Ubers, but they call them rides. There's so many. I think, if I'm not wrong, they're around maybe 7 to 8 rides in Ethiopia. But me, the main one that I downloaded has a yellow logo, something like that. It's called Ride. When you need to download it, it's called Ride. It is kind of cheap, something like that. Yeah, there's also Faris, something like that. There are a lot of rides in Ethiopia, so you decide on which one you want. Traffic situation in Addis, I don't think I saw like a lot of traffic in Addis, let me say. Guys, another thing that I'm telling you, Addis Ababa will always shock you. Like, literally, I think everyone in Ethiopia drives. There are a lot of cars, but you cannot find actually jam, like where I come from. There is too much traffic for jam in Uganda. Like, guys, you also know, if you're watching me from Uganda, even Kenya, sometimes it can be too much. But in Addis Ababa, they have almost each and everyone has a car, but you will not find a traffic jam like when it is so crazy like where I come from, you know. So Addis has this road called a VIP Bole. They don't allow borders. That's a shock. I think I talked that in my recent video. They don't allow like borders. If you have a scooter, you need to use it for your personal use, not on the road. I'm telling you. But when you go to places like Haral, I saw something called tuk-tuk, or you can call it bajaji, which is like a tuk-tuk that is covered, and I think it's convenient. And I think when I was on Moyale border, I saw too many of tuk-tuks there. They're like the main means of transport, but they're like the public means of transport around Moyale, also Haral. I saw a lot of tuk-tuks, but when I was in Addis Ababa, I'm not lying guys, when I was in Bole, I didn't see any tuk-tuk. Me, I was seeing cars, I was seeing rides, I was seeing cyclists only, because they have the cyclist lane, they have the lane for the blind, and also the pedestrian walkways, you understand? And if they find you walking on the cyclist lane, you're going to be charged. I'm telling you, it's not even a joke, you know. Yeah, so there is public transport basics also there. I think I've talked about them. If you want to use the buses there, very cheap, 20 bir, 50 bir, 10 bir, according to where you're going to. Less than $1. Guys, Ethiopia is cheap. Okay, let me not say it's cheap. It's kind of cheap. I think you can survive well in Ethiopia. You can manage yourself well. That is, if you decide to minimize the way you're spending your money, I think you can survive. Guys, there is this thing I don't get up to now about the Ethiopian time system. I think you guys can drop a comment and let me know, because okay, for those ones who don't know, the Ethiopians have the local time. So me, when I went to Ethiopia, my phone was in the Western time. It was really different. But anyways, for those ones who are watching and they're watching me from Ethiopia, maybe you can drop a comment and let me know, because up to now I still can't get it. Let me talk about the food culture. This is what you're going to expect when you go to Ethiopia. They do a lot of injera. They do a lot of coffee. And actually, another thing that also I saw is when they are eating, they love sharing on plates, and they eat with hands. You understand? They love eating with hands. They love spices. They love a lot of injera. That is what you'll find when you go to Ethiopia. You understand? And then there is also there's a lot to learn. There's a lot to learn, but those are the foods you're going to expect: injera, coffee. They love a lot of coffee. For those ones who don't know, actually, coffee originated from Ethiopia. For those ones who don't know. So let me also talk about the coffee culture. So actually, when you visit Ethiopia, you're going to have the coffee ceremonies. I don't think that coffee takes like a lot of time to prepare it, because actually they prepare it when you're seeing. They use what we call jebena. Jebena is just like a cooking pot. It's just like a cooking, but it's just like a kettle, something like that. Though for them they call them jebena. Okay, they use it to cook their coffee. It doesn't take like a lot of time, and they cook it from scratch. They always have coffee there. Then they also give you like popcorns. I don't know, drop a comment, but I think I saw it like a lot of times when I was in Ethiopia. When they give you like coffee, they also put popcorns there, which is really nice, you know. Let me talk about the religion, culture, and respect. There is Orthodox Christianity influence. So this one you're going to expect it like a lot. Actually, there are a lot of Orthodox in Ethiopia, but there are also Muslims. Though I was told the number of Orthodox is more than the number of Muslims. Guys, drop a comment and let me know. So this is what you're going to find. You'll find the people covering themselves, the ladies. Guys, I just wish I was there on Christmas, because I saw what was going on. You find they're lighting candles. The ladies are dressed in the Habesha Kemis. Those are like the dresses, the traditional dresses for the ladies. Let me tell you that, hey, I'm telling you, even in church, that is how like they dress when they be in church. They also dress in the traditional dressings. Even the men, they put on those kinds of shirts and all that. Yeah, so religion, culture, and respect, it is crucial when you go to Ethiopia. These are the things you should know. They also have like fasting days, modest dressing. I think I've talked about that. Church and mosque etiquette, it is also there. Yeah. Let me talk about the safety and scams. General safety in Addis Ababa. For those ones who don't know, actually, when I went to Ethiopia, I spent most of my time in Addis Ababa. But I must say, my safety was guaranteed, I must say, because even at night, you'll find Ethiopians outside. I don't know if this is like a common thing, but drop a comment and let me know if you're watching me from Ethiopia. But I think I saw it like a lot when I was in Ethiopia. People love hanging out in parks a lot, especially at night. So if you're out there, you want to move at night, it's also, yeah, you're safe, okay? You're safe, because I think Ethiopians love going out at night like a lot. You find people in the parks. They even have days whereby people go and look at fountains. Like, hey, I'm telling you, I think every day people are outside. I think every day people are outside, but generally they love hanging out in parks. So general safety in Addis Ababa 100%. Like, I must say, according to me, I was safe. I was 100% safe. Taxi scams, I'm not sure about that, because most of the time I was using, sometimes I used to use ride, or you can call it Uber or taxi, but I must say the charges they were fair a little bit. Yeah, they were fair a little bit, though kind of expensive, but fair according to, in case you would have used, let's say, the public means, like the electric buses, because they have like a lot of, even they have the small mini buses, but they also have electric buses, which are actually cheap. But about the tax scams, maybe if they know that you don't speak the language, but I think most of the Ethiopians are so honest. I must say, a tourist or a visitor and you're visiting Ethiopia for the first time, I think you should mind on the rules. Like, ask the locals where you're supposed to go and where you're not supposed to go. Because every time they used to warn me, Harriet, please don't step on the cyclist lane. They will charge you. There are some places actually they are really, really serious. So you need to know the rules. Ethiopia is full of rules and people follow it. This is a country that has built itself from scratch. It's an independent country, you understand? And I want to thank the Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed for doing an amazing job, because literally everywhere you go, you'll find his picture in the parks. Like, most of the places I went to, I would ask the locals and they tell me this is the work of the Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed. Shout outs to you if you're watching this. You've really done an amazing job. And let me tell you, this country, people follow the rules. Let me talk about the cost of living and the prices. Food prices, I think when you're outside or when you decide to eat from out, yes, it's gonna be a different case. Some foods are kind of expensive, or some places that you might visit might be a little bit expensive, because you wanna have this experience of the original culture of Ethiopians. Of course, it's going to be a little bit expensive, but if you cook from home or if you eat from home, it's a little bit cheap. Let me talk about the transport costs. I must say, if you use the public means, talk of the train, the BRT, actually they also have an underground bus terminal. Did I tell you about that? This is one thing that really, really shocked me. And they're telling me they're even constructing more bus terminals. I'm telling you, Ethiopia in 5 years to come, or in 2 years to come, it's gonna look different. Like, for the people who are there before me, they used to tell me years ago Ethiopia was not looking like that. But just in I think just in 3 or 5 years, see the difference. They could tell me and I was like, are you for real? Like, Ethiopia was not looking like this. But you guys, if you go to Ethiopia, I'm telling you, it's extremely developed. So transport costs, use the public means, it's gonna be budget friendly. But if you want to use the Ubers or the rides, because they call them rides, there are so many. Talk of Faras, talk of the ride itself, there's so many. I think they're around maybe 7 to 8 rides, something like that. Accommodation is a little bit expensive, but you can also opt for places that are kind of cheap. If you're a traveler and you want to travel cheap, I think there are also hostels as well too, which are cheap, extremely cheap. So Ethiopia generally is not that expensive. It's kind of expensive, but not too much. Like, unless you want to go to places of high end. Of course, there are also places that are really, really high end. But if you want to be minimalistic and live in places that are not that expensive, and they're also there. I think Ethiopia gives you each and everything that you need. They're also there. You understand? But don't forget to carry dollars, because they value dollars like a lot. having dollars in Ethiopia, you're good to go. I think not only Ethiopia, I think most of the countries, if you're a traveler or if you want to visit Ethiopia one time, one day, I think dollars um, should be on your bucket list. Like, you need to carry dollars. They also love cash. Yeah, Ethiopians, they love cash like a lot. But dollars, you're good to go. You're good to go, for real. Let me talk about electricity and daily life. Power cuts. The power cuts are not that much because let me tell you, Addis Ababa, because I've been to Addis Ababa, I was in Haral. Yeah, but in other places, I don't think I saw power cuts. I'm being honest. Maybe the water, yes, sometimes, but power is really cheap in Ethiopia. So you see, you always see lights everywhere you go. Even that's, hey, I'm telling Addis Ababa itself, Bole itself, it's shining in the night. I'm telling you, it gives you the vibes of America, Dubai. You guys, yeah, me even just talking about it, I feel like actually I'm already missing it, because Ethiopia really shines, and there's electricity everywhere. Almost each and every building there is electricity. It's shining. Let me talk about the water availability. Water sometimes it's there, but sometimes it might go. Yeah, generators. Yeah, they have generators there. They love. I think it's very rare to see a place that does not have like power. That is what I should say. Let me talk about weather and what to pack. Now, for me, when I was in Ethiopia, I didn't know that I was supposed to pack heavy clothes. I think I asked around. My friends are like, oh, you can carry some. But let me tell you, Ethiopia can get cold sometimes. And you'll be like, okay, what's going on? Like, sometimes I could put on a jacket or my jumper from morning to evening without even sweating. It has this kind of chilly, you understand, like it's not that cold, kind of cold, but not that cold. So I think if you're to travel to a country, you need to also search about that country, the people, the foods, the weather. The weather should be crucial, because you might pack clothes for summer when they're in cold seasons, you understand. So I think right now it's kind of hot in Ethiopia. Drop a comment and let me know. But when I was in Addis Ababa, the climate was not that bad, though it was chilly, it was kind of cold. Like, but people there are used to the climate, so you need to do a little bit of research. Ethiopians live a slow pace of life. Like, they just live life the way it is. Like, things are not that fast in Ethiopia. People just live their lives, you understand. But one thing I love from them is the fact that they are so kind to foreigners or travelers. Like, I don't know but generally I think Ethiopians are just like that. They just love foreigners. So whenever you go to Ethiopia, don't be like, oh, how will people treat me and all that. I was there. I'm hoping to visit there very soon. Actually, by the time you watch this video, I'll already be in Ethiopia. All right, so that is how much I love it, because I really had an amazing experience there. So you all need to try it out. If you're out there, you want to go, why not pack your bags, Yeah, so I'm just giving you the things you should know before traveling to Ethiopia, because I myself have been there and I'm going there for the second time, and it's not going to be like the last time going there. Okay, so you should try it out. They're also strong when it comes to traditions. They don't play. Holidays, they don't play. They value holidays like a lot. They're having Team Cut very, very soon. They have been in Christmas. Oh my God, I missed Christmas actually. But I won't miss Team Cut. So if you're watching me from Ethiopia, very soon I'm headed there. I'm coming to Ethiopia. I'm going to celebrate with you guys Team Cut. I can't wait. Yeah. So I myself, the things I wish I knew before traveling to Ethiopia, I think I didn't pack enough warm clothes, and the weather was cold. Like, I went to the season whereby Ethiopia was cold, I'm telling you. Mistakes for the first timers. I'm speaking out of experience, like what I experienced as me. I think following the rules, because that country is full of rules. If you're a content creator, yes, you're free to shoot your content. Or if you're a traveler, you're free to go wherever, as long as you don't intervene the government premises. Just make sure you inquire from the locals, because me myself, I believe when I move or when I travel to a country, the locals are the ones to guide me. Or you can also like get a tour guide. There are also tour guides that can take you around and show even more, you know. Sometimes people used to tell me, Harriet, go to this place, but guys, I literally do everything myself, you know. But this time around, hopefully I'm going to cover most of the parts that I didn't cover when I was in Ethiopia or Addis Ababa, because it's extremely huge, yeah. And we shall see what we can do. But first timers, the mistakes they do is not following the rules, I think, especially the one of the roads, like that. Just stepping on the cyclist lane, I'm telling you, they will charge you. They will charge you. You know, that country is extremely organized. Hey, me, I just thank the prime minister for the good work. I'm telling you, Abiy Ahmed has really done an amazing job for that country. They used to not allow people working like from other countries working in Ethiopia, but I think now they do. Drop a comment and let me know, because they used to use their own workers. I think up to now they do it up to now. And Ethiopia, there's nothing like, oh, gender based, like women are not supposed to do this, men are supposed to do this. I'm telling you, even construction, the women, you find them on the construction site, you know. They don't joke when it comes to their country. They have built their country from scratch, you understand? Like me, I just learned a lot from that country. Like there's nothing like gender based. What a man can do, a woman can also do it. That's Ethiopia. Because when I saw the women on construction site, I was like, oh wow, oh wow, you know. So there's a lot to learn there. But investors, I'm told you're not supposed to invest. Drop a comment and let me know. From the start, the Ethiopians themselves used to construct, like every skyscraper that you see in Addis Ababa, it is the Ethiopians, like they constructed their country from scratch themselves. Ethiopians are so patriotic, they love their country. We can literally build Africa ourselves as Africans, because you can imagine these people were not colonized, but they were able to come up with a beautiful country like Ethiopia. Look at Addis Ababa. When you're there, you might not even think you're in Africa, but that is Africa. That is East Africa. Ethiopia is East Africa, you know. So if you ask me, would I recommend Ethiopia? Yes, I would recommend Ethiopia 100%. You all need to go and check it out. You learn a lot of culture, traditions. Hey, I'm telling you, there's a lot. There's a lot to learn there, and the people are extremely, amazingly welcoming. Very nice people, ready to help. I think that is one thing I've been lucky on. Like every country I go to, not only Ethiopia, I've always met amazing people on my journey. Like people just treat me well. Like I don't know, but God has really been on my side. So if you're out there, don't get scared. Just pack your bags and travel to Ethiopia. You'll tell me later. You will not regret. I'm telling you, it's one of the most developed countries. There are also other developed countries, but I've been there. I saw it with my eyes. Very developed, and the people are so warm. Like you just fall in love with the people and the country, you know. So if I've left out anything about what you should know before visiting Ethiopia, drop a comment and let me know. But I think I exhausted most of the points. And to all the Ethiopians who are watching me, thank you so much for the endless support. I can't wait to get back to Ethiopia very soon. I'll be in Ethiopia and I'll be celebrating with you guys. Okay, so I'll see you in my next one. Thank you so much for watching. I love you all. Love is for free. Share the love. Bye bye.